Hello and welcome to today's video. Do you ever struggle to find the right words to express yourself in relationships? Don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video, we're going to explore interesting relationship phrases that will help you communicate more effectively. First up, we have, get along with. This means to have a good relationship with someone. For example, I get along really well with my sister-in-law. Next, we have, fall out with, which is the opposite of getting along with someone. It means to have a disagreement or argument with someone and your relationship becomes strained. For example, she fell out with her best friend over a misunderstanding. Moving on, we have, make up with. This means to reconcile with someone after a disagreement or argument. For example, they made up with each other and are now friends again. Another useful phrasal verb is, look up to. This means to admire or respect someone. For example, I've always looked up to my grandfather for his wisdom and kindness. We also have, put up with, which means to tolerate or endure someone's behavior or attitude. For example, I don't know how she puts up with her boss's constant criticism. Next, we have, take after, which means to resemble or have similar characteristics to someone in your family. For example, she takes after her mother in her love of cooking. Moving on, we have, go out with, which means to be in a romantic relationship with someone. For example, they've been going out with each other for 6 months. Another useful phrasal verb is, break up with, which means to end a romantic relationship. For example, he broke up with his girlfriend because they wanted different things in life. Next, we have, settle down with, which means to find a long-term partner and start a family. For example, he's hoping to settle down with his girlfriend and start a family soon. Moving on, we have, hit it off with, which means to immediately get along well with someone. For example, she hit it off with her new colleague on the first day of work. Next, we have, move on, which means to start a new chapter in life after a breakup. For example, after her divorce, she decided it was time to move on and start dating again. Another useful phrasal verb is, grow apart, which means to gradually become less close or connected to someone. For example, they grew apart after she moved to a different city for work. Moving on, we have, pull away, which means to distance oneself emotionally or physically from someone. For example, he started to pull away after their argument. Next, we have, fall for, which means to develop romantic feelings for someone. For example, he fell for his best friend's sister and asked her out on a date. Moving on, we have, make amends, which means to apologize for something and try to make things right. For example, after their argument, he tried to make amends by buying her flowers. Next, we have, brush off, which means to ignore or dismiss someone or something. For example, he brushed off her concerns and continued with his plan. Finally, we have, ask out, which means to invite someone on a date. For example, he asked her out to dinner and a movie. So those are some common relationship phrasal verbs and how to use them in context. Thanks for watching.